Do you know what it's like to be in social crowds and not quite fitting in with the males because the dynamics just aren't there, the rapport is not there, you're just not on the male wavelength, and at the same time you want to be with the females, but you can't because of your biological male external self. It's really awkward. You feel like you're caught in the middle in a social situation. That's speaking in general. Moving on, do you know what it's like to have a history of homosexual encounters and realize that you were acting out of acts of female affirmation rather than gay motivations? In my instance, my homosexual experiences were in a sense forced because I felt I was acting out to satisfy my sexual role as a female with another male. And I don't say that to offend homosexuals. It's simply that I don't think I was ever wired that way, and when I did engage in those acts, it was for female affirmation. Okay, do you know what it's like to repeatedly do fine on your base biological gender dates? I guess when I was male dating female, and you're pretty good on those dates as far as your presentation until you open your mouth and you start talking, because eventually your date starts picking things up and looking at you kind of weird and gets kind of standoffish, and you know why? Because you're feeling female, and you start realizing that you're kind of relating on the wrong side of the fence. This is really a hard thing to deal with, and you always end up going home with a big lump in your throat, and it's pretty hard to deal with. Do you know what it's like to deal with the need to cross-dress? That speaks for itself. I started when I was 14, and it was ongoing, on and on. Do you know what it's like to experience gender envy for most of your life? And women may pick this up from you, that you might... Okay, and women might pick up some negative vibes from you. They might take it the wrong way. And in the process, women pick up something negative about you, or you feel that they're picking up something negative about you, and you may not even know what it is, but inside it could be from gender envy. Do you know what it's like to have others wonder why you're not dating the opposite gender? Because you're not comfortable in that role. This has particularly been very awkward for me because I've had family and friends just get standoffish about me and kind of weirded out about why I'm not dating, why I haven't dated, because they don't know that that just isn't there. And do you know what it's like to live with lack of esteem issues based on your physical appearance in the gender you don't want to be in? Yeah, and you can play that, and you can I'm not talking about esteem from doing things for others. That type of esteem. I'm talking about esteem that has to do with self-image. And you can play that for a while, but eventually it falls through. You can play like you're building up pride about how you look and your biological gender, and it only holds up for so long. Eventually it's going to crash. And lastly, do you know what it's like to be preoccupied with gender conflict for most of your life? That's why I think if you need to examine this when you're young, and if you know it's for you, by all means do what you have to do, because it can save a lifetime of this. And like I say, my big thing in this vlog is if it does not click up here, it's not going to click up out there.